knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind the couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds that stains that are dried upon some mind. That keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now by me. Or something that somebody said because we thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing nor forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're walking on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. Through the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us. And some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone. Well, I still may run in silence, tears of joy may stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. I dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling crackle cauldron in some train yard. My beard a rough and coal pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through the cupped hand around the tin can I pretend to hold you to my breast. Find that you're walking on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. Gentle on my mind. Gentle on my mind. You know who I really liked his version of that was my buddy Tyler Renix. Played this out very well up at Fort Collins. And so Scott Morgan, I learned that song from Scott. I've been playing that for years. And then I came here and I just learned this other version that Tyler influenced me to play like this. You know, he's a great guitar player. You guys check out Tyler Renix Music on Facebook. He's a great guitar player, great musician. All right. What you got? Oh, and also thank you so much to John Hartford for writing that song. A great songwriter, John Hartford. If you're a record collector or you're an audiophile, maybe you're younger and you've never heard of John Hartford before and you like bluegrass and folk music, please check out John Hartford's music. He is great. He's a prolific songwriter, great banjo player, fiddle player, mandolin, and guitar player. He had a TV show in the 80s and 90s, I believe. And you can find a lot of his stuff on YouTube. And I would buy every record I could of John Hartford if you're out there collecting records and you're into checking out new music. A lot of you guys know exactly who John Hartford is. He's an icon in bluegrass music. So I'm just telling this to the people out there that haven't heard about John Hartford, okay? Lily, do you have any... Is there like at least one person watching this?
Yes, there totally is one person.
Okay, awesome.
And
cool.
More watching this.
All right, cool.
And I do have some comments if you want me to.
Sure. Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, actually, I wanted to thank all the people that have shared this stream. I can't see all of them because they weren't public, but the ones that I could tell were thank you to Billy and Blake and Chet and Steven and not. Do you pronounce this Sabone?
Severn?
Siobhah.
I mean, what do you think I am? Like an oral historian over here? I can pronounce all the names? I don't know.
Well, thank you to that person and Gary.
Uh-huh.
And thank you for Terry and Tracy for wishing us a happy Halloween.
Yoo-hoo!
And Blake said have a good night.
Blake, I think I might be getting a gig there in Helena, Alabama, at the brewery that you turned me on to. I've been talking to the brewery guy over there. So the next time I go visit my cousin Stacy in Alabama, Stacy Fitch and the Fitches, probably on very soon, actually, possibly next month. I can't believe it's almost November, y'all. That's crazy. So next month is Thanksgiving. Okay.
In a few hours.
So we'll have to talk to Stacy about coming there. She may not be able to do. They may be doing it. Anyway, this is family stuff. But at some point, Helena, Birmingham, I'm going to be playing a solo show in the next couple of months down there, hopefully, and spending some time in the South while it's freezing ass cold here. Now, Lily Bear and I are going to be going into Rocky Mountain National Park, and we're going to be taking some fun nature shots here soon. We're going to go snowshoeing, and we're going to make a video about that adventure, and we're going to share it on our YouTube page. This is our Facebook page. Our YouTube channel. And I'm going to start smoking this last joint here while Lily talks about stuff.
Yeah, Blake said it's Oversoul Brewery. Does that sound right?
That sounds right, Blake. It looks like I'm going to be playing there.
And he said he got you with Jason Pruitt, so that's awesome.
Jason Pruitt, a deadhead that has a large beard. Dude's got a serious fucking beard going on, dude.
Bigger than yours, huh?
That shit is... My beard fits inside his beard like 2 times.
Gotta see that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. His beard game is strong. Jason Pruitt's beard game is strong. Anyway, for Blake, we're going to play a tune.
He did say WSP, so I'm not sure if that means he's requesting Widespread Panic. But if you got something, that'd be good.
Okay. Anybody else? Would you like to hit this, Danielle?
And Tim answered a question. He lives in Aurora, so maybe we should look at a show down that way. Haven't looked too much in that area.
Tim lives in Aurora?
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, we're looking for a show for you, buddy. We're looking for a show for you.
And JJ Nas, she said such a pretty song. General My Mind.
He was standing by the highway with a sign that just said mother when he heard the driver coming half a mile away. So he held the sign up higher where no decent soul could miss it. It was 10 degrees or colder down by Boulder Dam that day. He was raised up in Milwaukee, though he never was that famous, just another road musician. To the taverns he would go, singing songs about the rambling, loving gals and the gambling. How the world fell on his shoulder down by Boulder, I don't know. It was out in Arizona when he heard a lady listening, every word that he was saying, every line that he would write. Then he sat down by her table and they talked about the weather, 98.6 and rising down by Boulder Dam that day. And she told him she would take him for a ride in the morning sun. And he told her back in Boulder, I don't know if I've had a better friend. troubles are not o'er, and his feet are almost frozen, and the sun is sinking low. Won't you listen to me, brother, if you ever love your mother? Won't you pull off on the shoulder if you're going Milwaukee way? It's 10 degrees, you're getting colder down by Boulder Dam that day. All right, that is a Gordon Lightfoot tune right there about Boulder Dam in Arizona, not Colorado. Okay, so let's just clarify that one for you guys. You know what? I think I want to play another guitar. Is that weird if I ask somebody to switch a guitar out for me over there? Let's play this old Guild that we got here. This is the first guitar I ever bought right here. I was 12 years old. Yeah, 33 years ago, I bought this instrument. I got it. Thank you. I bought it for $50. Okay, now this isn't as good a guitar as the last one. But, oh yes, I would love to hit that. Thank you very much. Virtual joint, y'all. It's always 420, right? Anyway.
In this house.
Long story short, happy Halloween. Love you guys. I was telling a story. Wasn't I telling a story? Oh, yeah. I bought this guitar when I was 12 years old for $50 from an upperclassman. I think he was like a freshman in high school. And I was a seventh grader. And my friend was dating another girl that was in our grade. And her older brother was selling this guitar. And, you know, like I said, it's not a Martin D18, but it definitely has a lot of sentimental value. And it's a 1974 G37 Guild guitar, okay? And it has a swollen maple back, and it's got, you know, bone, or it looks like bone binding. I don't know I know it's got an ebony fretboard on there, and actually because mahogany neck, and yeah, it's 1974 G37. It's made in Waverly, Rhode Island, at the old Guild factory. It wasn't owned by Fender at the time. It has Guild tuners on the back of it. It doesn't have Grover tuners, and it's a pretty, you know, it's a very solid and stable instrument. It's but I wouldn't say it was like a professional guitar that you would want to play a gig or maybe even like take into the studio. But like I said, has a lot of sentimental value, and it's got a nice little tone to it, you know. So I think you can play some good little folk tunes on it. And I'm trying to think of a folky kind of song I could play on it right now.
So our friend Ren from Georgia is tuning in now. She said hey.
Hey, Ren.
She enjoyed the last song. Said that was nice.
Well, let's get a good little tuner on here.
Kevin McCoy.
Thank you so much, Ren.
That sounds good.
What's up, Kevin? Kevin is a newer fan, I think, of the band, maybe. But I've been hearing a lot from him. He's a nice, very supportive. I love it when the fans reach out and send us messages to the page. Let us know how you're doing. We want to know. We love talking to our fans. We are not too good to talk to our fans. Ever. Ever. What's the request?
Willin.
Oh, Willin. Okay, that might be a good one. Okay, sure. I could do that. This is actually a perfect tune to play the Guild. Who made that request?
Ren.
by the snow. I'm drunk and dirty, don't you know? And I'm still willing. And I was out on the road late at night, and I see my pretty Alice in every headlight. Alice, Alice, I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, Tehachapi to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, even took the back roads that wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weed, whites and wine, show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. I'm kicked by the wind, right by the sleet, have my head stoved in, but I'm still on my feet. And I'm still willing. And I smuggle some folks and dope from Mexico, baked by the sun every time I go to Mexico. And I'm still willing. I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, Tehachapi to Tonopah, every kind of road that's ever been made, and even drove back roads so wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weed, whites and wine, show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. I'll be willing to be moving. Yeah. So that's an old Lowell George tune that Little Feat was, that Little Feat made famous. And Lowell George had a very short life. He was a great songwriter. And thank you very much, Lowell George, up there, wherever you're at, for writing that one. That's a good tune. He was also part of Frank Zappa's band. I don't know if you knew that Lowell George was, I think he was in the Mothers of Invention. If he wasn't, he was just part of Frank Zappa's band, for a very small time. And he wrote that song. The story goes that he wrote the song, and Frank Zappa said, "You know what? Go do your own thing." A lot of people say that Zappa fired him, but it was a lot more professional than that, I'm sure. Anyway, yeah. So, any comments out there? Is anybody talking to anybody? What's going on?
Yeah, you got lots of loves and likes on that last song. You can like or love the stream more than once, so.
Oh, you can?
Feel free to do that.
Oh, that's great. And also, thank you so much for all the tips. We're going to go out and get some beer, and we're going to be safe about it, but we're going to go have a good time, blow some steam off. We're going to go watch the Braves beat. I'm going to play a couple more tunes for you guys because I love y'all, and I want to, I like to drag things out and ramble on a little bit.
And
so
say you're going to leave. And then
say I'm going to leave and stick around. What time is it now? 6 o'clock?
6:19.
Ooh, 6:19. The game has already started, so I'm already into Game 5 of possible Braves beating the shit out of the Astros in Georgia. The Astros, if you're a fan of the Astros, I'm sorry. Y'all are cheaters. I can't respect it personally. When I see y'all in public wearing the Houston Astros hat, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to, articulate how I feel towards you and that organization. So I'm sorry, it's personal. Anyway, I'm just kidding around, but I am happy to see the Braves, who have a smaller, payroll, and I feel like the Braves have a certain way that we do things, and I'm happy to see us possibly win this World Series. I don't want to jinx it. We're up 3-1. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. The Astros could be up by 10 points right now. Who knows what the hell's going on, right? That being said, we're talking about a team with a smaller payroll. We lost our biggest star, who's one of the best players in baseball in the beginning of the year, to horrendous injury. Then we lost our pitcher in the game one of the World Series. Got hit in the shin. He broke his leg. Okay, our best pitcher. So what's going on? Is it 0-0? Right? Okay, great. Anyway, so Lily Bear and I, we're all gonna go. Danielle, Lily Bear, and I are gonna go to probably Longmont Peak Pub or something like that. I don't know. Where could we go? Where we could watch this? Maybe somebody in Longmont, like Paul Renix, wants to join us. We're gonna go out and watch the World Series. Paul, come join us.
Jay says she's a Cubs fan.
Oh, a Cubs fan. Well, you know what? You're either a Cubs fan or you're a Braves fan, or because they had such big markets. And the Cubs were on WGN, which is a nationally affiliated TV channel. I mean, did you ever see the Cubs on TV when you were a kid? No? Okay. How about you, Lily? Lily didn't even have... Lily straight up...
I did not watch sports as a kid at all.
Well, you grew up in a cabin, as far as I remember, in Wisconsin, right? So you didn't even have a TV, I don't think, for a long time.
We did not watch TV, and I didn't realize the Smurfs were blue until I was, probably a teenager, because we had a black and white TV.
Okay. You didn't realize that the Smurfs were blue until for a few years in, huh? You're in the dark about that.
Interesting fact about Lily.
Lily thought the Smurfs were like a light gray color. Interesting. So when you saw the Smurfs in blue, did that just blow your mind? Were you just like...
Probably.
Okay.
I don't remember that moment.
Okay. Cool.
I'm sure I was pretty... I was like, why are they blue?
So I think I was like 5. To steal some... I'm trying to overshadow your cool story. I was like 5 years old in New York, and we had this like hill... I think it was called like Suicide Hill or something stupid. Something like,
I think we all had a suicide hill.
Yeah, And at the bottom of the hill, there was some staircase. And it was right there at Fort Totten, which is right there where the Throgs Neck Bridge comes in from the Bronx into the Queens. That's where I lived. And anyway, at the bottom of this hill, there was this big iron... staircase, and I got on one of those dishes. Remember those dishes that you go down the hill that have the little handles on the side? And I'm going head first down this son of a bitch, and I cracked my face open, right? So my parents, they took me down to this is my first experience in hallucinating drugs. Okay, I was 5 years old, and my parents took me to, I think, Columbia, and I got some plastic surgery. It was so bad, because you can imagine, like, I broke my, I stopped my momentum of my face on this iron. Anyway, long story short, where was I going with this whole thing? Oh, I was on all these drugs, and I was high as a kite. 5 years old. I can still remember it, walking through the hospital, and I got a Smurf, because I was a huge Smurf fan. Did you like the Smurfs growing up?
I love the Smurfs.
I am all about some
Smurfs. Are awesome.
Yeah, the Smurfs were okay. So I like the Smurfs a lot, and I just remember getting this toy, and I couldn't sleep because I was just so effed up on these painkillers, and I don't know. I had so many surgeries growing up when I was a little kid that I had a lot of experience getting, knocked out on narcotics, I think, So it was just a given that I was going to go down that road. No, I'm just kidding, everybody. I'm doing great. These days I'm just smoking weed and eating healthily. Anyway, so we're going to play a couple more tunes. We've played every guitar tonight that we have in the room.
Do you need another suggestion?
Sure, what do you got?
Ren said Streets of Bakersfield.
Ooh, I'm gonna wait to do that when we have the band together, because it's just so much stuff going on. But thank you so much, Ren, for asking. It really means a lot that people are paying attention enough to me. They know what songs that I like to play. That's a song that I used to play with the Barn Rats and with High Lonesome in Georgia, and I discovered that song through a man named Todd Freeman, who I heard singing it, and he actually became our bass player, and I was really honored to play with Todd. Because Todd was such a great bass player and great singer. He lives in Alabama. I hope Todd is doing good. If Todd is watching this, I love you, buddy. I hope life is treating you well in Alabama. So anyway, I might be in Alabama pretty soon. We'll see if my cousin Stacy wants to have me for Thanksgiving. We haven't made any plans yet. We may be doing the orphan Thanksgiving here in Longmont, which is fine. We'll hang out with our friends, Whatever. We haven't really thought about it. Hell, I can't believe that it's almost... I can't believe that it's almost November, for God's sakes.
2022. Can you believe it'll be 2022 in like a day?
In a day? It's going to be 2022?
Well, in 2 months. It'll go by like a day, I'm sure. She had a backup suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Shins tune.
We're going to play one last song for you guys. Thank you so much to the people out there that support the band. We appreciate y'all picking up a shirt. If you order a shirt tonight, just send us a direct message. We could forego all the bullshit. We could just work together on this thing. All right? Just send us a message and we'll send... If you buy 2 shirts, you will get... I tell you what, if you buy 2 shirts from us... We will send you a without the frame. I'm sorry, 3 shirts. Lily just gave me a correcting. If you buy 3 of our shirts, you'll get a signed print. You won't get the frame, but these frames are so cheap. I got this frame at whatever for like $10.
Posters.
Oh yeah, you get 2 posters.
Prints.
You get this poster right here that I'm holding up, and then you get the. These are both John Griffin prints. And this one that I just held up to you is actually a signed print by John Griffin. And then this print right here, and I'll sign both of them. I'll even personalize it for you. And we've had a lot of people buy that 3-shirt bundle. And then Lily, show everybody the stickers that we also send you some stickers. We'll send you 2 solid green stickers. And we'll send you the Bettina Reiser design that's on your left-hand side that is the artistic one. And Bettina Reiser is a local award-winning artist here in Longmont. What is the name of Bettina's page? Turtle.
Tangled Turtle, I believe.
Tangled Turtle.
Double check.
Art.com, yeah. And we also have a hat design for you guys. Whenever hats, there's some ship in the middle of the ocean just sitting there, and the crew is literally like barbecuing food. They're fishing, they're having a good time. Good for them. They can't get into the port right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the weirdest thing ever. You can't get trucker hats. We can get some golf hats for you guys that are really ugly. Would you like some really ugly golf hats, or can you wait for the hat? I think you can wait for the hats, right?
Or is there something else? If a lot of people want something else with
give us some good merch ideas.
I don't know. What do you want with High Lonesome on it?
Yeah, socks. Do you want a do-rag? Do you want a toboggan? They call it toboggan in Canada. Do you want what do you call it? What's that thing that you put on your head? It's a
stocking cap.
Yeah, stocking cap. Do you want it on a Stetson? This is going to turn into a Dr. Seuss book here soon. Yeah, this is the part of the show that if you're still here, you're a true fan, because I am literally rambling at this point. It's ridiculous.
Play one more song.
I'm going to play one more song. If you're a local musician and you want to come on and talk about your band, we will, trust me. We had Chris, thank you to Chris Elliott out there for coming in here last week and being a part of this. Chris did a great job. We played a whole bunch of tunes, and we dedicated the show to Sonny Osborne, who passed away last week. Y'all check out the Osborne Brothers. And yeah, so I guess I will play Little Sadie. This is an old tune right here that I've got to look at the words for. And just to keep it in the vein of Scott Morgan, who I wish there was a bigger, like, library of music for him to go through, but he's just kind of, he built this guitar. Scott built this pre-war copy, okay, custom, Brazilian rosewood. Beautiful back on this thing. Anyway, he was one of the biggest influences on me, on my guitar playing and singing. Sadly, he passed away about 3 years ago of a heart attack. He was a very young man. I think he was just in his early 60s. And his daughters, Sarah, and his son, Zach, back in Georgia. Love you guys if you all catch this video. Pretty much this whole episode was dedicated to Scott Morgan. Because he really is. You don't know who your biggest influences are when you're being influenced by them. I think when you look back and then you see how you're playing music in the present, it's obvious who these people were. And I can't do Scott justice as far as a lead guitar player. I will never be the lead guitar player or singer, for that matter, that Scott Morgan was. That's the truth. You know what? We'll play this. Old.
So Harold says he likes the ugly golf hat. I don't know if that's a joke or he really loves the ugly golf hat. And how many other people would love the ugly golf hat?
Are we talking about a fedora?
Went out one night for to make a look around. Met little Sadie and I shot her down. Went right home, went to bed. 44 pistol under my head. Woke up next morning, 9:30. The hacks in the buggy standing in line. Gents and gamblers standing around. Carried little Sadie to her burial ground. Oh, little Sadie, I'm sorry to say, blowed her down and ran. I began to think what deed I'd done. I grabbed my hat and away I'd run. Made a good run, but a little too slow. They overtook me in Jericho. I was standing on a corner reading a bill, and up stood the sheriff of Thomasville. He said, "Young man, is your name Brown? Remember the night you shot Sadie down?" Oh, little Sadie, I'm sorry to say, I blowed her down and ran. I said, "Yes, sir, but my name is Lee." And I shot little Sadie in the first degree, second degree. Got any papers, won't you read them to me? And they took me downtown, dressed me in black, put me on a train and started me back, all the way back to the Thomasville jail. No one wanted to go my bail. And the judge and the jury took the stand. The judge had the papers in his right hand. 41 days, 41 nights, 41 years. Where the ball and strikes. Right there on Scott's old guitar. And I don't know if you guys noticed what's really special about this guitar. At the time, I was a big Tony Rice fan, and do you see how big the sound hole is? It's an enlarged sound hole right here, Lily. Remember we were watching the Tony Rice. So this is this isn't like a Tony Rice model guitar, because Tony didn't. He didn't like to have any fret markings. He liked a completely black fretboard, which in hindsight, I wish I had that, just to kind of keep up with that. And then we got the Waverly Bone tuners on here. And of course, the best thing about it is Scott's last name, Scott Morgan's last name, the Morgan. And look how beautiful this Brazilian rosewood is. Is it not gorgeous? So thank you so much for building this, Scott, up there. We miss you. Happy Halloween, everybody. Oh, wait a minute.
And everyone's telling us there was a grand slam. Braves are leading.
Braves are leading 4-0. That's right. Actually, you know what? We're going to smoke the rest of this joint, and then we're going to log off, okay? Because, and I promise I'll pass this right back to you, Danielle. But we're going to be passing joints back and forth in celebration of the Braves, y'all. And all my friends back home in Georgia, I love you guys. Looks like I'm going to be coming home here shortly, maybe for a week. Go to Everett's Picking Barn. Let's do some picking together. I want to pick with some rednecks, all right? This is for real, all right? I need some more of that in my life. All my local people, my Front Range folks, come on here on the show. Let's talk about your band. Let's talk about where you're playing, what project you're working on. Well, I'm over here babysitting this joint, that Danielle brought over. And thank you so much to Danielle for coming over here and volunteering her time to help Lily Bear, who, behind the camera, as you can see, she's got a lot going on over there. And thank you so much, Lily, for taking pictures of the musicians. Now, another commercial for my wife, Lily Sotero, who I refer to as Lily Bear all the time. She's a great photographer. This isn't like a new thing. She's been taking pictures now of live music for 10 years, ongoing now. You've been really growing as a photographer, and I really love your pictures. Even though of course I love you, and you're my best friend and wife and all that stuff. But really, I see you have a good eye and you frame things really well. So y'all check out Lily Sotero Photography, and especially if you're a band on the Front Range, and you want to get some press shots for your band, reach out to Lily, and we'll both come to your show and we'll both take pictures of you guys. Or Lily will take pictures and I'll be her photographer assistant, and I got in free too. That's what I want. I just want a free pass to get in, and then I'll just be lazy and Lily will do all the work. That's how that usually works. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Go Braves. Tune in next Sunday. I don't know what the hell's going to happen, to be honest with you. I didn't know how this was going to work out. I hope you liked this. I had a bad feeling about it. I didn't think it was going to be a good podcast. And then I felt like, oh, it's going to be a good podcast. And then I was like, oh, you just jinxed yourself. Now it's going to be a bad podcast. And then I was like, okay, well, you just jinxed yourself the other direction. It's going to be a good podcast. And then I was like, no, it's going to be a bad podcast. So I left it at that. So whatever it is, okay? That's just my neurotic, compulsive OCD mind,
I guess that's where the name comes in. You're just like, sometimes a great podcast.
I'm setting
you if you don't have a great podcast.
Totally. I'm just setting the bar very low.
Sometimes a great podcast.
Yeah. I'm setting the bar very low so that if you see this and you enjoy yourself, you're going to be surprised, which is going to be like, you're going to be like, oh, wow, you're going to remember this more than if I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. Always an amazing podcast, not a good name. Sometimes a great podcast, like once every month or so. Okay. Yeah. And if you're a musician out there on the Front Range and you think that you can make this a great podcast, let's do this. Okay. Like, we'll put together a list of songs. We'll talk about your project, the album you're working on, where you're playing, your influences. Let's talk about your instrument, whatever you want to talk about. Come on in the studio with me Sundays at 5:00. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thanks so much for sticking around and actually watching this on a Halloween Sunday. And go Braves. Love you guys. Peace out.